Welcome back, of course, to this episode of the Tony and Tim Show. Today, we have another game for the top 6 sides.
Yep.
Tottenham will be taking on a new team in Fulham.
Yeah, Tony. The first thing is Tottenham is playing at home, and the home still stays Wembley. We thought by now they would have been at the revised White Hart Lane. Yep. But I see Tottenham winning this one, and just like we had discussion before coming to the show, Harry Kane should be able to break the drought of not scoring in August.
Very, very interesting there. Of course, we know that Tottenham did not make any signings there, so we expect the same team that was being put out last season to continue going forward. Harry Kane has to come back from that break, of course. Yes. It's hard to hurry. We know what that does. Kevin De Bruyne injured his knee in training. Yes. 3 months he'll be out there. But Spurs should certainly be having more on their side. I've gone for 3-1 win in this one. What's your prediction?
I've gone for 3-0, Tony. I don't see Fulham scoring, but I would like to watch the new Fulham signings in the new signing and what came with them. Sessignon is my pick for this game. Yeah.
And of course, they have Andre Schürrle, the coach. Slavica Djokanovic has asked for more time for the new signings to gel in that particular side, of course. But Sunday is when we'll be having the big Manchester side playing with Manchester City taking on, of course, Huddersfield, a team that stopped them from scoring the only team that stopped them scoring at home last season. That game ending 0-0 at the Etihad. Yep. What's your prediction for this one?
I've gone for 4-0, Tony. Because last season they stopped Man City from scoring. Man City had played a lesser strengthened side there, and then Huddersfield was looking for a point to survive, and also Man City had the trophy almost in their hands. This, Tony, the trophy is not yet sorted. I see 4-0 for City. Aguero hat-trick.
Because we know that Aguero will be running out in this one. Man City have already had 2-0 wins. 2-0 wins already in this season against big sides. Yep. So I expect them to be comfortable in this one. Kevin De Bruyne, like we said, is out for 3 months. Yep. But we expect David Silva to be returning in this particular side. Yep. They have the depth to cope with that absence of Kevin De Bruyne. They have Bernardo Silva's come in, of course. He has played very well in that role.
Even the previous game, De Bruyne came from bench and Gundogan had started in that position, Tony.
So very, very interesting there. Of course, I've gone for 2-0 win for Manchester City still. I'm sure they'll be having enough. But it's at Brighton where things will be very, very interesting with Manchester United heading there without having won at Brighton for a long time.
Yep, they have not won there. That's why I still think this is a tricky game for United. Very, very tricky game. We still, of course, have the news of Pogba and Mourinho there. Mourinho coming today saying that there's no rift between him and Pogba. But we all know, Tony, it's written everywhere that these two guys are not in talking terms.
I'm not saying eye to eye.
Yep, but him giving Pogba the olive leaf by giving the armband, Tony, he's trying to see that they're back in talking terms, and it's a tricky one. But I see United edging it slightly, just 2-1.
Very, very interesting there. Of course, that game at the South Coast there with some interesting injury news. Of course, Manchester United are still without Matic and Valencia, so we'll be expecting Fred to continue in that role, as well as Damian playing on that wing. Very, very interesting. I've gone for 3-0 Manchester United win. I expect Lukaku to start his season tomorrow evening. So that's very, very interesting. And we wrap things up on Monday night, where Liverpool will be traveling to Crystal Palace, a team that is showing a lot of ambition this season. Chairman Steve Parish coming out and throwing a lot of money at Max Meyer, that player that they got from Schalke for free. Yep. He gave him 175,000, it's reported, and with Zaha signing a new contract until 2023. That should be very good news for Crystal Palace.
Very, very good news, Tony. Keeping Zaha to me was key. He knows Tottenham's capping is about 100,000 per week, and he gives Zaha 125. That woos Zaha to stay. It's a cracking game, Tony. Liverpool are blistering. They scored 4 goals, but Southern Park is not an easy place to visit, especially when Crystal Palace are in the mood. And I think tomorrow or come Monday they will be in the mood, and it's a game where I suspect Liverpool might edge slightly, but Crystal Palace should be able to score 2 goals here.
Very, very interesting game. Of course, we know Monday night football is very, very hectic for almost every player. But Liverpool have Mane, Firmino and Salah who have already started their season in blistering form. Add Daniel Sturridge looks like he's coming back into his fitness, and that looks like a very, very interesting game. Of course, we know that Max Meyer might make his debut. He didn't play last week because of match fitness. So this will certainly be a very, very interesting game. But I expect Liverpool to build on their first game and beat Crystal Palace 4-1.
Wow, that's huge. I've gone for Liverpool win 3-2.
Big games, of course, all over the weekend. We know that La Liga will be returning this week. Of course, we know it starts off tonight without Cristiano Ronaldo, who starts the Serie A on his own today. Juventus will be playing Chievo, so that game starts at 7 o'clock. Don't miss it out. Of course, we know that Cristiano Ronaldo effect will certainly give some very, very entertaining action in the Serie A. So that starts today, of course, and we'll be bringing you the rest of the fixtures as they are played on our Facebook page, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to click the like, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, The Tony and Tim Show. We'll be glad to have you and hear your comments on all of your sides as they take to the field this weekend. And from us, we have nothing left to say for now. Goodbye and enjoy the weekend. Goodbye.
Now you have me where you need, boo. My heart like this curtain, now you see through.